Hey there folks, watch this video, and for many of you around the world who are listening to it right now, Merry Christmas. I hope you've had a lovely time, and yeah, wow, I'll be doing a proper kind of Christmas message for tomorrow's video. What I am talking about today, however, is DirtFish's greatest of all time list. Now, it's not as controversial for me as the WRC's one. The WRC's one, I think they did a head-to-head knockout thing, and it ended up with Carlos Sainz being the greatest of all time by the poll, which I vehemently disagreed with. However, DirtFish has done theirs spread out over the past few days. And there are some bits I do disagree with, I'll get on to those. There are some bits which I find really interesting. For example, firstly, a large amount of the 2022 pool have been included. However, not many of them have made the top 50, and those that have included Jordan Serdaridis and Gus Greensmith. Now, Serdaridis has been fantastic in the way that he dominated WRC Trophy when he took it. I think he went up against, was it Valerie Gorbon? But, I mean, Serdaridis, I think, didn't he show up for an extra event so that his co-driver could get the co-drivers championship as well? Greensmith's a nice guy, but I think there are more people who are competing this season in the WRC who have more of a claim to being in that top 50. And the other thing is there's a lot of names on that list, well, not on that list, sorry, who are rally winners. I mean, I think one part of the article talks about Kenjiro Shinizuka picking up wins for Mitsubishi, but I'm pretty sure did Pentti Ricola get the first win for Mitsubishi in the WRC. I would have put a Ricola on the list. At the same time, would have put Harry Rovanperä on the list. Jesus Piras. Maybe you could make an argument for the likes of Duval, Osberg, Padden, Fitman. Guy Freckelin was the one that I was really surprised wasn't on there because, well, I know he has more of a reputation as a team boss, but yeah, looking at the list of WRC event winners, there's more than 50. So it feels a bit like a recent, well, it is a recency bias, the fact that we've got so many non-winners on the list. Not say that winning is everything, but yeah. The other thing is Oid Tanak got number 1, and it looks like there's very much a kind of Estonian bias in it. I don't know if it's DirtFish's own audience is quite Estonian, or rally fans are very Estonian. I remember when I started doing a lot of content, whenever I talked about Oid Tanak, it would spike with views coming in from Estonia. It's almost like the kind of Verstappen craze you see a lot of Dutch viewers come across. Yeah, Tanak was the top, and Marco Martin was 5th. And we need to deal with both of those in different ways. Firstly, Marco Martin, 5th. I was surprised by that one. I do think he would have had pace to be a champion. I do. But I couldn't put him above Peder Solberg, for example. I was surprised where he is in the list as well, largely because of who else is around him. If you look at who's around Peder Solberg, and I'm a Solberg fan, he's fantastic. The fact that he was the first world champion on circuit and point-to-point. The two places above him are Vatanen and Gronholm. The two places below him are Toivonen and Burns. Yeah, I would have put Martin probably a bit further down the list. Maybe behind the likes of Mikla and Mouton. But then there are some others where I'm like, what? This is a surprising one. So, for example, Armin Schwartz is much higher up than Chris Meek, Jari-Matti Latvala, or Elfyn Evans. Now, my rallying hot take is going to be that it has been for a while. If Chris Meek did a full season in 2016, he would have challenged for the title. I do believe that. He had the pace. And he very nearly won the first 2 events. But in both of them, what was it? The radiator broke. Or he punched through the sump guard, radiator broke, and he was out. Latvala, close enough to win the title on a couple of occasions. Same for Evans. Same for Mika Hirvonen. Terry Neville is below all of them but Hirvonen, and Sordo's just above Hirvonen as well. There are also a bunch of champions that are quite low down. Didier Oriol's quite low on the list. one that I always found was quite surprising was Mickey Biazion was so far down for a double champion. He's Roger Clark, who, yeah, he won one event and he's quite well known in WRC circles and rallying circles generally, but yeah, I found it odd to see Roger Clark so high up on those lists. Yeah, like I said, there are a lot of drivers on there who was like, well, they aren't even rally winners and they're going above champions. I think Roman Crest is on the list, Craig Breen's on the list. Possum Bourne was fantastic in a lot of his appearances down under, but he wasn't a rally winner either. And, well, for me, I like Colin McRae, but I don't think he should have been above the likes of Kankkunen or Mäkinen, even if Mäkinen was, you know, tail end of Group A, start of the World Rally Car stuff. If I was to put a list together myself, I think my top 5 would have to be like up there as the winningest lot. So your Loeb, Ogier, Kankkunen, Mäkinen. And ooh, who else could I pick? I mean, I would want Toivonen to be part of the conversation. I want Kalle Rofpera to be part of the conversation, actually. I know he's a one-time champion, but he's already shown so much. At the same time, I do think... Who else would I consider as part of that kind of thing? I would consider Roy Tanak, definitely. But I think that top 10 has to be reserved for champions, really. And the winningest ones have to be right up there. I could understand Loeb and Ogier and Kankkunen being the top 3. Because at the end of the day, Kankkunen won titles in Group B and Group A. Loeb won titles in the 2 litre World Rally Car era and the early 1.6 litre. Ogier won in the 1.6 litre and then the revised Super Top ones. And both Loeb and Ogier have won in the hybrid era. Loeb's also won in the Super Top 1.6s as well. I don't know. I found it really interesting though, so let me know your thoughts in the comment section down below. I'll link the top 5 article because then it's got links to the rest of them at the bottom of it. And it's the shortest one of the bunch. So thank you so much for watching. Have a wonderful time wherever you are in the world, and I hope to see you again soon. Bye for now.